All right, we are live. Actually, I'm going to start the countdown video so that people know we're live. Man, I didn't want that music to end. That was really nice. All right, now, should I do the intro or should I just say what's going on? Hi, everybody. I'm flying solo tonight. So this is kind of dumb. Cliff texts me about 45 minutes before the show's about to start and says, "Hey, power's out." So sorry. And I'm just like, great. So I guess I have to be twice the personality tonight. And as you're going to find out, I am much better as a color person than the main person talking about the things and stuff. For instance, I didn't even get the stories ready. He's got the stories, so this is all his fault. So I'm just going to play the intro and we'll get hyped for a second, and then I'll get the stories and we'll start talking about some stuff.
Good job by J.J. McCarthy. Take the handoff. And Alec Manis is going to throw a pick. They give it to Corum. Up back. Corum. Touchdown, Wolverines. Ruben Wilson does it again. Corum finds some daylight. He's got some speed and some blockers. Outside. Turns the corner. Blake Corum down the sideline. Looking over the middle. Caught. Touchdown, Wolverines. McCarthy extends the play, now using legs. McCarthy a first down.
Oh, I don't have the applause either. Oh, this is gonna be a disaster. Awesome. All right. Well, we're gonna get started. So welcome to the Team Rivalry Show, everybody. Every Wednesday night at about 8:30, we like to hop on here, talk some football. We're not experts, obviously, because duh. We also just don't have the money to be experts right now. Something absolutely horrible is going to happen on the show tonight. It involves a thing that happened on last week's show. Last week's show, I ill-advisedly told someone in the chat that if they sent a $99 or $100 super chat, I would do a thing. And tonight that thing is going to happen on the show. All right. But first, before we get to anything, if you're new here, welcome. We are the Big Ten Team Rivalry YouTube channel. If you don't mind hopping in there and giving us a like, maybe even subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet, we're at 1,249 subscribers. It would be awesome to hit 1,250 before the end of the night. I mean, that would be super cool. Yeah, Blue Wolverine's already in there. He knows what's up. I'm gonna do the big reveal when Studley shows up, because this is for Studley. All right, that's what's happening. So this is all because I'm a man of my word, and that's just what's gonna happen. So I feel like I should probably talk about something before we actually get into that. We were gonna talk about why did Dad's now texting me? He says, "Oh shoot." All right, what? Well, whatever. Anyway, we were going to talk about Bryce Underwood. He is trending towards having the starting role at Michigan in 2025. So I saw Isaiah Hull was talking about this earlier, and somebody commented on his YouTube video that he posted earlier about Bryce Underwood, saying that Bryce Underwood's going to win the Heisman twice at Michigan. Yeah, probably. I don't know if that's something that he's serious about, but why not, you know? So I've got this story about Bryce Underwood that I will share. Share screen. Really wish Dad were here. That would make things so much easier. Holy crap. All right. Maybe I'd do that. Oh, I see. I disappear when I do that. How about I do this? There we go. Why isn't Dad showing up? Nobody cares. Things we learned. Michigan QB Bryce Underwood trending towards starting role by Aaron McMahon from MLive.com. Michigan isn't a place that historically lets first-year quarterbacks suit up and start week one. You'd have to go back 16 years to Tate Forcier, and we all know what happened when Tate Forcier started at Michigan. He developed a complex and then wasn't starting after 2 years, was he? I remember hearing stories about Tate Forcier going different bars downtown and stuff like that. He'd try to get alcohol and whatnot. Dad? Did he make it?
Are you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
Well, I have no light from my phone, so I am walking around in the dark trying to find a light spot. Hey, there we go.
All right. Well,
how's the show going so far?
This will be fun, I guess. Oh, it's going about as well as you'd expect. Honestly, no worse than the show usually goes.
Nice.
All right. Well, anyway, he's here now.
I need to find some headphones. I can't hear you very well.
Oh, turn your volume up or put your hearing aids in.
It's all the way up.
Oh. We'll try again. Anyway, we were talking about Bryce Underwood being the starting quarterback this season.
All right.
Do you know you have to go all the way back to Tate Forcier which was the last time Michigan started a freshman quarterback?
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to ask you how you felt about that. I mean, how are we feeling about Tate Forcier these days?
I don't know. I don't have anything against him. I know that he flunked out of Michigan. Well, I don't think he graduated. He's just not at Michigan. Well, I mean, obviously he's not at Michigan anymore, but like after 2 years, he was done at Michigan because he developed a bit of a complex about himself, thought he was hot stuff, and then just kind of disappeared. He became academically ineligible before that bowl game that got Rich Rod fired against Mississippi State. And then that obviously gave Denard Robinson.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully he's grown up, but he definitely didn't leave Michigan on the best terms. That's for sure. Hey, Marmar, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Oh, Blue Wolverine. All right. I got to figure out how to put chats in the. Oh, I can just show. Sweet. Blue Wolverine with a $20 super chat. Thanks a lot, Blue Wolverine. Really appreciate that.
Thanks, Blue Wolverine.
Yeah, so he's offering it for you to pay your electric bill.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know how that's going to work.
So we can also barely hear you now, but anyway, yeah. So his power went out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're a little quiet anyway. Because a storm blew through there. That's still not great.
All right.
So as far as we know, he's not actually late on his electric bill. What?
No, it was allegedly wind damage that took down some lines.
That's usually what
happens. But yeah, I mean, who needs to pay electric bills? Who needs to pay electric bills?
Yeah, you can use as much free electricity as you want. It's free.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you're here now. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much, Blue Wolverine. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Marmar says, go blue, Marmar. Thank you for joining us.
Go blue.
Like I said, for everybody who's joining now, a absolutely terrible, horrible thing is going to happen on the show tonight, but I'm waiting for Studley to show up. I'm waiting for Studley to show up because it's his fault that the terrible, horrible thing is going to happen. If anybody knows what Garrison is doing right now, please make sure that he doesn't come anywhere near this stream, even though I tagged him on Twitter. Because I thought that would be really funny, but now I regret it. So keep Garrison far away from this stream. Studley Budley, no.
Oh, does that work any better for audio?
It's a little bit better, but now your picture is just black. You might as well just turn your camera off. or disappear completely. All right. That's the thing that he's doing. Okay. Antoine, go blue, Antoine. Nice to see you again. How you been, man? Blue Wolverine, did you block? Oh, Garrison told me he's what up, Moose? I love it. We've all thought about blocking Gary Wolverine, be honest. I know you're just kidding, but we've all thought about it, aren't we? He's killing baby cats in the Upper Peninsula from Matthew Miller. It's possible. Dad, where are you right now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, barely.
Barely? All right. I don't know what's here.
I can handle hosting if it's too much. It's okay.
Well, like I said, I've got two options here. One is for me to hear you or for you to hear me.
Why don't you just hop in the chat?
It's almost impossible. Well, okay. I'll hop in the chat.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Go blue.
Go blue. All right. We're doing all of our troubleshooting live. So that's cool. Yeah, for anyone who didn't hear, Cliff's power went out because of a thunderstorm, not because he can't pay his bills. Although Blue Wolverine, again, we really appreciate you helping him out with his bills. I mean, after all, he is old, so he'll need help at some point with those, I'm sure. Anyway, did I say hi to everybody? Moose, how's it going? Antoine, how's it going? Everybody's still there? Cool. All right. Yeah. So Bryce Underwood. I guess I'm curious how everyone else feels about Tate Forcier, if anyone cares at this point. I mean, that's what we were talking about before Dad rudely interrupted. But Tate Forcier, so yeah, he had the 2 years and then he kind of flunked out and that didn't really, I don't know. I hope he's doing better now for sure. And he was obviously a great football player, but man, he just, I don't know. He wouldn't just kind of, the Buckeye Slayer has entered. Oh yeah, the Moose. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's Garrison. Garrison, I told you to stay away from this. Or no, I didn't tell you. I tagged you on Twitter, but then I regretted it. So thanks for showing up, I guess. Let's see. Oh, hey, Peter, how's it going? Those storms are nasty today. Tornadoes in Detroit and Toledo. Holy crap. Guys, stay safe. That's crazy. Normally the bad stuff happens, I don't know, closer to the west side of the state. We had some terrible storms the other week, but they were pretty weak here today. All right, let's talk some football. Let's see what Moose is saying. I believe I heard OSU fans talking about we had to pay Underwood a lot of money to come here. Just found it funny and ironic. OSU and USC fans are in a bidding war for Luke Waffle. Waffle? Yeah, I mean, this is the current landscape of college football. I don't understand why anyone's laughing like, oh, you had to pay Bryce Underwood $10 million. And Ohio State paid $20 million for their entire roster last year. I mean, I understand literally we're giving half that to just one player, but maybe he's worth it. And maybe that's what Michigan saw in Bryce Underwood, was that he was worth the $10 million. I mean, look, if he starts as a freshman and we end up winning, 10 or 11 games, then yeah, I'd say he's probably worth it, especially considering the quarterback play of 2024. And I will have absolutely no Davis Warren or Alex Orji slander in this chat. I absolutely won't, because Davis Warren beat Ohio State and Alex Orji kind of got screwed over by Kurt Campbell. And that's the crappy thing about it, is I think Kurt Campbell was actually mostly to blame for the offensive issues last season. But anyway, I mean, you can't tell me for a second that Ohio State, if given the opportunity, wouldn't have shelled out for Bryce Underwood too. I mean, I guess I don't know off the top of my head how much they're paying Julian Sayin, if he's actually got an NIL thing going on, because I don't necessarily care about Ohio State football as much as I might be a hypocrite here in a few minutes whenever Studley shows up. So that's going to be embarrassing. Do I need to plug my laptop in? I do. Shoot. My charger's behind me. Dad, keep them entertained. Sweet, went off there for a second and actually gained a viewer. That's cool. Yeah, but like I was saying, that's just, I mean, this is just the landscape of college football. I don't understand. Like, if Ohio State paying $20 million for their entire roster, I don't care. That's what you have to do now. I mean, frankly, Georgia, Alabama, I mean, it's pretty clear at this point that the SEC was paying players under the table this entire time. So nobody should be laughing at Michigan for paying Bryce Underwood, and nobody should be laughing at Ohio State and USC for being in a bidding war over the tight end, Luke Waffle. I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it. Let's see here. You spoke the boogeyman up. Yeah, it's hot in Michigan. It is. It's really hot in Michigan right now. Although I saw Justin Adams from Nebraska at the Voice of College Football was saying it's going up to like triple digits in Phoenix, Arizona all week. Man, oh man. All right. So is Garrison saying something stupid again? Because let's see. Oh, Blue Wolverine, share the live. Let's fill the chat. Appreciate you, Blue Wolverine. Always supporting the show. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Something about Buckeye Scoop. Hang on. I just saw something about. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's Dad. All right. Well, I guess I'll do yours. Buckeye Scoop said Ohio State doesn't get in bidding wars, and he's always right. Yeah, well, he's nuts. We know that he's nuts. They paid $20 million for their roster last year. Why? And again, there's nothing wrong with bidding wars. That's where we're at with college football today. I have no problem with a bidding war for a player, especially if they're worth it. So whatever. Garrison, the beautiful bald bastard himself, says, we don't say it wasn't the money while you scream he picked us because we're leaders and best. I think I get what you're saying. So we say he picked us because it was the money. Or no, we say he picked leaders and best, and you say he only picked us because the money, but you're saying that you don't actually say that, and I'm saying that I don't care. No one cares. Or at least I don't care. I just don't care. Let's see here. Okay. Marmar, OSU fans claim to be real. They're all fake. All of them. All of them are paid. No one can willingly root for Ohio State. But they don't admit that Ohio State has been dropping Mickey D's bags of money. Good Lord. McDonald's, right? Yeah, Mickey D's. Yeah. The only thing the NCAA has dropped recently is a deuce. All right. Whatever, Dad. Garrison, what does OSU let it do? I'm sorry. I don't know what dough means. Okay. We learned the hard way. If you don't got a QB, it's going to be a long year. So actually, I'll get to that in a minute. There's a story about an anonymous coach saying like Michigan was actually kind of right there all last year. But I mean, obviously the quarterback play didn't get them where they wanted to be. I don't know. Should I even bother with this story, or do you guys just want to chat and hang out? Like, I'm cool with whatever, because normally Dad's the one who reads the stories, and then I make fun of him and the story and some of you guys. But he's not here, so I can't make fun of him, and I didn't really prepare. So this is kind of all your people's fault. All you people's fault. Sweet. There's an argument going on in the chat. That's cool. Appreciate that. Let's see. Ohio State got the Wiltfong bomb for Weifel, so he's Wafel. So he's coming to OSU, about to head an 8-star Thursday for OSU tomorrow. An 8-star for third? I don't really. What do you mean by it? What do you mean by it, Peter? Let's see. Read it in an English accent. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Right. Garrison, what has OSU let it do? No, still don't get it. Sorry, man. Moose, I'm claiming it. We are paying Underwood a deal for 4 years, $12.5 million. This issue with your fan base is you think we're paying him $12.5 million for 1 year. It's over 4 years, which is about $3.12 million a year. Okay. So there's something to keep in perspective too. All the super chats in an English accent, that'd be kind of fun. Right. I'm claiming it. We are paying Underwood a deal for 4 years, £12.5 million. This issue with your fan base is you think we're paying him 12.5 for 1 year. LOL. It's over 4 years, which is about 3.125. I hate myself. I need to stop doing this. Yeah, that's another thing to consider is that when Ohio State fans start laughing at Michigan fans saying, "Oh, you're paying $10 million to Bryce Underwood for 1 year." No, they're not. But you guys paid $20 million for your entire roster over 1 year. I'm making it sound like I have a much bigger problem with Ohio State fans than I really do. I really do. Don't. I really don't. I really don't. I appreciate you guys liking my English accent. I can really only assume that's what we're laughing at. So hopefully that works. 2 defensive ends committing to OSU tomorrow. Hence got it. Okay, so 2 4-stars makes 1 8-star. Is that how that works, actually? I don't know that it is. Does anybody know where Studley is? I need to reveal the terrible thing that's supposed to happen tonight. I mean, it's awful. It's disgusting. It's just a terrible thing. All right. OSU did nothing against a 6 and 5 Michigan in the second half period, but Garrison wants to talk about leaders and best. The nerve of a trumper. The nerve of a trumper? Do you mean like a trumpet? Or a Trump? Oh, Donald Trump. All right, that's cool. Dang, that's a good accent. All right, thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. Meaning OSU hasn't led. You know what? Actually, how about this? If I get $10 more in super chats, I will do the rest of the show in an English accent. See if that happens. Okay, so meaning OSU hasn't led in nothing. It's easy to get into OSU, period. It's a lot easier to get into Ohio than it is Michigan. That's for dang sure. Yeah, I would know because funnily enough, ironically enough, I was talking to both Michigan and Ohio State at one point, and Ohio State was much more excited about me than Michigan. I don't know what that says about me. That being said, I didn't get into either. Well, I didn't apply to Ohio State in the end. I ended up applying to Western Michigan. And I got in because I graduated from there. Actually also got into South Carolina, and I was all set to go there too. Well, not all set to go there, but I did get in there. Dude is weird. I don't know anything about a Studley. Studley Dudley, I think was his name. He's an Ohio State fan that we accidentally made a last week, and he won the bet. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, no, Donald Trump. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I got it. OSU fans out of excuses. Last 4 were same. Michigan more physical, better coached, and better special teams and defense. Ohio State lackluster play calling, bad special teams, and soft. So I've been thinking a lot about last year's Ohio State game. I'm just going to take the presentation down. Might as well just, oh my gosh, I'm way too big. Hang on. No. One of the work. There we go. That's better. So actually, I don't know if Garrison's still in the chat, but I was listening to a Twitter space or whatever with him, and they were debating whether or not they lost the Michigan game because Chip Kelly's really stubborn, or was it Ryan Day who's really stubborn? Who lost the game for Ohio State? Was it Chip Kelly or was it Ryan Day? And I think it's more Ryan Day. I mean, because Chip Kelly, like we were talking about Chip Kelly before he went to Ohio State, and we kept saying things like, you know, he's very balanced. He, as far as I understand it, his offense is very balanced. I mean, they were definitely going to throw the ball around still. That's Ohio State's identity, is in their freaking Lamborghinis at wide receiver. I mean, they've got talent out the wazoo at wide receiver, and but they ran up the middle basically all game against Michigan. I remember that 3rd and 9, I think it was the 3rd and 9 where Ohio State was, I think, on Michigan's like maybe 12. I think they were inside the 15 somewhere, and they run a delayed handoff, and I'm like, what? Why would you run that? And then he runs right into Kenneth Grant and gets tackled for like another 2-yard loss. I don't, what is that play calling? Jeremiah Smith easily could have outrun the secondary and all that, or maybe not easily, but you know, I just don't understand that. And so to me, watching that Ohio State game, it felt a lot like, one, Michigan's defense was on it. Michigan's defense is absolutely on it. The other thing is that I think Ryan Day probably called a really terrible game. I think he called a game thinking that he was going to prove he was tough, but it didn't really happen. And I think that's what happened with the OSU game last year. Okay. All right. We're praying for Antoine. That's nice. Sounds good. I don't know why, but that sounds nice. Okay. Did you need a bag of Levi Garrett long cut to get into SC? I don't know what you're talking about. Or maybe that's okay. I don't know. I really don't know. They started calling that TG chick the Wolverine Slayer. TG chick. She was destroyed the only time she was on a show with Wolverines. You, Moose, are undefeated. He is undefeated. He is indeed. Moose is awesome. Antoine, yes, we did get a 5-star kicker. Heck yeah, we did. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh, sweet. Zvada's cool about it too. That's awesome. I like to hear that. Yeah, I mean, is Michigan lineman you, or is Michigan kicker you now? You know, that's a conversation to be had. What is Michigan's best position coming into 2025? Actually, that would have been a good topic for conversation had Dad not lost power. Pay your bills. I'm joking. It wasn't that the power went out because of the storms. A chewing tobacco reference, you know, Southerners. Yeah, okay, got it. Appreciate you, Moose. I'm young and ignorant, I guess. I want Herb Street to QB sneak for the win versus OSU. Yeah, did everybody forget that that Chase Herb Street? Herb Street's son signed as quarterback at Michigan. Why did we all forget that? And I mean, maybe he's obviously not very good. Him and Jaden Davis are probably not very good. Otherwise, I don't think Michigan would have gone after Mikey Keene and then this Jake Garcia fella. And Jake Garcia, I've got my reservations about him because this is like his 3rd or 4th stop at this point. So like, you know, what's going on that he can't find his rhythm at any single school? And maybe it's just a situation where he's just trying to find what's right for him. Maybe Michigan's what's right for him. Maybe it's the money. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just that he's bag chasing. And if Michigan has the bigger bags, sounds inappropriate. And he ends up coming to Michigan, whatever, you know, if he's good, then fine. Let's see. Oh, all right. See you, Moose. Have a good time editing your video. I don't know what OV is. Official video? I don't know. Ryan Day has proven he can beat the top teams in the country, but and the pressure of the game are in his head. It's a mental edge. Yeah, I think you're right. And I'm really curious to see what happens this season because, I mean, one, it's back at Michigan. Michigan's going to be improved on offense. That's almost a guarantee at this point, especially with Bryce Underwood starting. But is the pressure going to get to him again? Is he going to have in the back of his mind? I mean, I feel like the backlash to losing to Michigan this year was a lot worse than what happened in prior years. So I don't know. I wonder what's going to happen at this point. Heron 78. Heron, I think you're new here. I don't recognize you, so welcome. 12 men on the field after timeout is undisciplined. Then look at 21 games, 65 yards in penalties, 22 game. OSU had 92 yards in penalties. Days OSU teams not well prepared. So it doesn't seem like they're maybe the most disciplined during the Michigan games. I know, especially during that 22 game, there was the one guy, the one Ohio State guy, headbutted. Oh, I can't remember our player's name. I can't remember who that was, but he like headbutted him while he was out of bounds. Like, why would you do that? That was such a dumb thing to do. And then Michigan ends up scoring on that drive too, I think. Yeah, so maybe they're just a little bit undisciplined. Michigan has had great kickers going back to the 80s. All right, it's official. Michigan is kicker university. Boom. Antoine, the kicker is very important. Yes, it is. Just think about the last couple of years Ohio State had because of a kicker. They lost to Georgia and they lost to us due to special teams. Yeah, no kidding. I think was his name Jalen Fielding? I can't remember. Missing 2-3 field goals against Michigan last year. Man, that's gotta hurt. And then the kicker who missed that field goal against Georgia, I mean, they had a straight shot to the national title. They were not going to lose to TCU, and to blow it against Georgia the way that they did, man, oh man. I mean, and they came back in that game too. So, it's a bummer. Oh, he was. Oh, well, hello again, Heron. My bad. All right. I'm not sure how much longer I want to wait for Studley before the big reveal. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to be that big of a reveal. All right. I think I'll just go ahead and do it. Dad, avert your eyes. Give me a second while I get things in order here. If you haven't liked the video, it would be dope if you did, because that helps us with the, the YouTube algorithm and the algorithmic gods. Alrighty. Let's see. All right. Well, here it is. So here's what happened. Last week, Studley Budley comes on the channel, comes in the chat here, and is he's talking some smack and all that. We're having a good time. It's great. It was a great time. The crappy thing is that I think it was Dad Cliff who said that for, I don't know. Oh, he was telling us we had to do the OHIO thing. And I can't remember how it played out because I tried to block it from memory. Anyway, in the end of the whole situation, I ended up blurting out, "Hey, if you post $100 super chat, I'll wear an Ohio State shirt next week." And then he did it. So that happened. Anyway, but then we thought in good fun and in good spirits, first off, I would actually do this, and I hate myself right now, but whatever. But we're going to auction it off. Kind of. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, it was me. I said if he gave us a $99 super chat, we'd say it. And then you added the part about the shirt. Yeah. So I added the part about the shirt because I didn't think he'd do it. I didn't think he would actually do it. And now he's not here to see the fruits of his labor, the fruits of his manipulation. So, yeah. So anyway, the shirt was, I was thinking a couple of different things. I was thinking, okay, cool. Then I would take the shirt off, obviously off, because we don't do nudity on this show. And I would take some scissors to it and cut it up because I don't know, that's probably what you should do with an Ohio State shirt, to be honest with you. Then I thought, hey, why don't we monetize this situation? And so I thought it would be kind of funny if anyone wants the shirt, go ahead and toss in, a super chat, and we will engrave it. We will sign it and say, from Team Ravelry. We thought about putting Go Blue on it, but then I figured no one would want it. No Michigan fan wants this shirt anyway. But an Ohio State fan, if you wanted the shirt. Otherwise, I'm just going to return it to Amazon if nobody wants it. So yeah, apparently we can be bought for $100. We can do what you want us to do for about $100. So keep that in mind, I guess. And if you haven't already, share this stream with your Michigan and Ohio State friends, because they'll probably be very confused. They'll probably be very confused. Oi, our OnlyFans channel is coming soon. Yeah, that's probably true. Are we working on that? Nah, don't work on that. That's weird. I don't know. What should we talk about? I want to talk about this anonymous coach. Cut it now for $50. Hey, don't tempt me. All right. If I get a super chat for $50, I will cut it up on camera. I don't mean to start a bidding war in the chat, but hey, the power just came on. Oh, thank God. Dad, please come on. Get on the show. We can do like a quick 30-minute show or something real quick. Oh my goodness. How do I stall until you get on are you coming on the show, or are you just chilling? What are you doing? I have an idea. I'll start talking about the anonymous coach who said you'll have 5. Hey, however you guys can make it work. If we get a super chat for whatever for, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, Blue Wolverine. Oh my gosh. Blue Wolverine. Dang. He just put scissors. You are a boss, man. Thank you so much. That is incredible. Look at that. And now I get to cut this up on the stream. Somebody tell Garrison to get back in the chat. I'm going to cut up an Ohio State shirt live on the air. Boom. I've been bailed out, says Tom. Hey, Tom, how you doing? I am very... Thank you. All right. I don't know if anybody saw it, but that was my wife who just opened the door, and she brought me a pair of scissors. All right, if I can get another $50 in the chat, I'll get my wife on the stream. That's definitely a thing that she would do. Honey, yeah, hon, if I get another $50 super chat, will you come on the stream? What? Everyone wants to see you. I talk about you so much. Oh my gosh. Antoine and Blue Wolverine again. Cut it. Cut it. It's going to be cut. It's going to be cut at the end of the stream. And I want to wait until I want to try and wait for as long as I can for Studley to see it, I guess. I don't know. Singing the victors while doing it. Oh, the victors will be sung, my friends. The victors will be sung. And somebody needs to make sure that Garrison is watching this, because I am going to be so excited for that. That is going to make me feel just so much better about this terrible situation that I am in, wearing an Ohio State shirt. I've never worn Ohio State anything before. It made me feel dirty putting it on, as well it should. I mean, ugh. Oh, hey. All right. Dad's backstage. He's actually coming on the show. Does anybody want to actually talk about something football related, I guess? I was going to, former Purdue star Zach Edey was charged for driving 101 miles an hour in a 55. I mean, yeah, we all do that, right? Right? Oh, Dad, are you telling me to add you? I'm sorry. I didn't know you were trying to get me to add you. I thought.
Well, I didn't want to all of a sudden jump on and scare you or anything.
Oh, well, that's what you did before.
Did I?
Yeah, you just jumped on.
Oh, I don't know how I did that. That was on the phone.
Oh, all right. Well, you did it. All right. Please never make me do this again. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I forgot.
That being said, I've already, we've been doing okay, I think, in terms of viewership. So
yeah, it sounds like you just got a whole bunch of super chats.
I did, yeah. Antoine and Blue Wolverine coming in hot with the super chats, and look what I don't know if you saw, but Elle brought me some scissors.
Nice. I didn't see her come on the stream. Was she actually on camera?
She opened the door. She cracked the door. What?
And threw them at you?
No, she didn't throw them at me. She just put them over there on the counter. That being said, I said if I could get another $50 super chat from somebody, I'd put her on the stream, whether she likes it or not.
And there it is. Nipple chafing. Yeah, Blue Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's got kids in the room, but this
I missed
is
one
about to get
stream
weird.
and it all goes to crap.
Yeah. Yeah, you miss one stream and all of a sudden we're a college football porn channel.
Oy.
Ew. Well, hi. How's it going?
Oh, it's going right. How are you doing? It looks like you're handling this just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I started talking about a story and then immediately stopped because everybody was talking about something else. And honestly, that made me feel better about things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Antoine wants us to talk recruiting.
Talk recruiting.
Yeah.
All right. What about recruiting? Michigan did a couple of really cool things today. They signed a kicker. Did you see the kicker?
Yeah, I heard about the kicker.
You heard about the kicker.
I was looking at the articles you were talking about today with Michigan football generating more positive buzz on recruiting. This is for 2026 also.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have to say, this is one of those things then where for me it's like, okay, if we're talking about these 2026 recruits, and you've got 5-star Savion, I think it's Hyder,
yeah.
Hyder, and then you've got 4-star quarterback Andre Clark, and then 4-star wide receiver Travis Johnson. The possibility of 4-star, wide receiver Zion Robinson, and then possibly a top 50 receiver in Calvin Russell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're killing it out there on the recruiting trail. And how is that possible if the hammer is coming?
I know. I don't get it. It makes no sense. The hammer is coming, so why would these kids want to come play for Michigan? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And I think that's got to be one of the biggest evidences that this hammer thing is not really going to be that big a deal. I think I saw, and I probably don't want to get in too much into that, but just real quick, I saw TJ was on Mark Rogers' show and talking about how TJ was saying that he thinks that there might be, I think he was looking at the 2 more game suspension and then possibly a fine on the level of like $10 to $20 million.
That's it?
I guess, for Michigan, $10 to $20 million isn't really going to hurt them all that much.
Not at all.
But I was wondering, like, who gets that money and what do they do with it?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. When the NCAA fines a school, like, who gets the money?
Right.
Like, are they just like, oh, you know what? We want bonuses this year, so let's fine somebody $20 million.
Yeah.
And we'll just split it among ourselves.
Right.
It's a place.
Placeable hammer, yeah. But so what do you think of Savion Hitter? He seems to be the one, or Hyder. He seems to be the big deal right now.
Yeah. He's the 5-star running back. Yeah.
Running back, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, his tape is insane. He's definitely going to be, Michigan's obviously a run first offense, although that may be changing under Chip Lindsey. So I guess we got to see what happens with that. And that's why I'm kind of curious about these wide receivers. Like, Michigan's in the hunt for a whole bunch of really good wide receivers here. I mean, that's unheard of for Michigan.
Right.
One of those wide receivers, I think TJ called it the X position, the X wide receiver. I know you were just talking about Hyder. I'll get back to him.
Sure.
But the X position, the X receiver needs to be tall. They're talking to this one. He's either a 4 or a 5-star, but he's freaking 6'5". He is 6'5". So he would be a major addition to the wide receiving core. And frankly, that being said, from what I'm hearing from inside practice so far is that Bryce Underwood is connecting very well with the current wide receiving core at Michigan, that he's spending, quality time with them. He's getting reps, one-on-one reps with these guys and all of them. Like he's working with all of them. It sounds like, first off, it sounds like Bryce Underwood is going to be good. And it sounds like he's going to be exactly what Michigan needs. But this Savion Hyder guy, I mean, he looks incredible. And it sounds like Michigan's in a really good position with him.
Yeah. Are you talking about the one wide receiver? That's Donovan McCulley. He's the one who's 6'5".
Well, he's the okay. Yeah, I didn't realize he was 6'5", but
he'll be there this year.
Yeah, he was the transfer from Indiana. There's another one that they're going after. I can't remember his name, but he's like 6'5". And I mean, he's a 4 or a 5-star. I mean, he'd be a really good pickup for Michigan. Okay.
Yeah, the high school stats on Savion Hyder, this says he has an 11.11 second 100-meter sprint, which 100 meters, so that's 300 feet. 100, so that's basically a football field.
Mm-hmm.
100 meters football field. No, 100 meters, 300 feet. So 100
football
yards.
Field's 100 yards. Calvin Russell, thanks.
Yeah, there we go.
Stallions Express. Wait, is that Connor Stallions?
We can only hope.
Is he back? No, remember? Connor Stallions is an American hero, and then he changed his name to Kirk whatever, Burnt, whatever. The Buckeye Scoop guys are felons or something.
Yeah. Maybe.
Is that you? Is that you, my man? You're probably very confused right now.
Keegan's out there too. Hey, Keegan.
Yeah, Keegan's probably confused too.
Yeah.
Man,
so
I hope
he also in high school he ran for 1,698 yards and 26 touchdowns in his junior season.
Wow.
Averaging 10.8 yards a carry. This says he has exceptional vision, acceleration, and tackle breaking ability, making him a coveted recruit.
Yeah.
That's just fantastic. These guys, I know Peter was talking about they might, the whole 8-star thing. I mean, Michigan's looking at, 20 here if they get all of these guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just incredible. I mean, they're talking, Savion is, so he's a 5-star. Is he? Yeah, he's the number 1 running back prospect. Nation's number 1 running back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it would be, in my opinion, it would be crazier if Michigan got like the number 1 overall rated wide receiver. The running back kind of sounds like, Michigan's going to bring in some pretty good running backs. But actually, I want to see how Michigan normally does with running back recruits, because I think Blake Corum was a 3 or a 4-star. I know Donovan Edwards was a 5-star.
Yep. I saw somebody was comparing him to Blake Corum.
Yeah.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, Justice Haynes, the Alabama transfer running back, is expected to be a key part of the Michigan offense with comparisons to Blake Corum. So that's Justice Haynes.
Yeah.
He's playing this year, isn't he? Or is he
Justice Haynes? Yeah. He's playing this year. Yeah, I've heard good things about Justice. I've heard good things about Justice Haynes. Justice or Justin? Justice. Yeah. I've heard good things about Justice Haynes. I've heard so he actually only ran for like 450 or something like that, or 500 this last season at Alabama. But the reason is because Jalen Milroe got something like 160 carries throughout the whole season. which was an insane amount for a quarterback. I mean, he was the focal point of the Alabama offense. And so Justice Haynes didn't really get much of an opportunity to show himself. And that's why a bunch of Ohio State fans were laughing on X, saying, oh, Michigan fans think they've got a stud in Justice Haynes. Well, yeah, every time he touched the ball, he did something good for the most part. But also, Alabama was always giving Jalen Milroe the ball. And Jalen Milroe single-handedly tanked his own draft stock during the Michigan game, the ReliaQuest Bowl, and also probably made Kalen DeBoer wish that he had stayed in Washington. And I mean no disrespect, even though everything I just said was incredibly disrespectful. But still.
Peter there says, Hyder is a stud, and it's down to Tennessee and U of M. Really don't want to have to face him as a Buckeye fan. That's right. Yeah, because he's coming in for an official visit. So I'm sorry. I was thinking he was already recruited, but no, they're trying to recruit him. He's looking good for Michigan, but he's also being recruited by Ohio State and Tennessee. So Ohio State is trying to get him.
Yeah, that is true.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the big news on recruiting. You already got the kicker.
Yeah, I got to remember his name though. Micah Drescher.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I saw his picture. He looks like a little guy, but I guess kickers aren't really usually that big. As long as they have strong legs, you're
in good shape. Yeah.
You're in good shape. Yeah, that's what you need.
It's weird. 247 doesn't have his star ranking listed. I wonder if On3 does.
Yeah, check On3.
On3 is like, nobody likes On3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. The recruiting rankings are a little bit sus.
Did you see there was I forgot who posted it, but somebody posted a meme, or not a meme, but a fake graphic from number 3, and they had it all dressed up to look like an On3 post, and it said that Michigan takes back the 2-game suspension, and the NCAA has basically dropped all the charges. I read that for a second, and I went, "Whoa, wait a minute, what's number 3?"
What's number 3?
But I think a couple of people I saw did actually repost it, thinking it was real. So,
oh, I'm sure.
But I can see why you'd want to. I mean, those kinds of things are fun.
Yeah. Micah Drescher, they've got him listed as a 3-star on 3.
All right.
See, I thought I saw somewhere on X that he was a 5.
Is Keegan talking about Drescher there? 4-star.
He might be talking about Savion Hyder. Hyder might be a.
Drescher is the one who's 6'3", 190.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tall and skinny. That's Abraham Lincoln like. Lanky and cranky.
You got Lincoln.
Yeah.
We're about to emancipate the Big Ten.
5-star long snapper and kicker. So we one-upped MSU.
Heck yeah, we did.
I mean, yeah. You got to one-up.
Screw MSU and your long snappers.
Yeah.
Yep.
5-star long snapper and kicker. Wait, Keegan posted it twice. All right, Keegan. Calm down out there.
I don't think that was his fault.
Antoine says the problem with Alabama is that they're going from a power team to more of a spread concept team. It's the same problem Wisconsin has. It's not the same problem Wisconsin has. Wisconsin has Luke Fickell.
Boo. But it is the same problem Wisconsin has. They keep going. It's funny because you have to modernize your offense, right? But then all these teams that keep trying to modernize their offenses end up having cultural problems. So then the culture problems get in the way. And yeah.
Keegan has Corum as a 4-star. Was he? Yeah, I guess he was, wasn't he? He was not a 5-star. Man, he really, he was, I mean, by the end of his run there, by the end of his era, he's a 5-6-star. Man, he was great.
He was a 6-star. Yeah, he was a 6-star in our hearts.
Right.
4-star on the field, 6-star in our hearts.
Luke Fickell likes the spread concept. Wisconsin is traditionally a power team. Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin is essentially just like Michigan. I mean, it's a run first, it's smash mouth football, and you get guys in there like Rich Rod or Luke Fickell who want to just start putting everything in the air and basing everything on speed, and that just doesn't work.
All right, so Savion Highter is a 5-star, and On3 currently is predicting him to Ohio State. They've actually got Michigan.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they've actually got Michigan 4th on his list.
Okay, so there you go, Peter. I don't know if you heard that.
But again, that's On3.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, yeah, it's a projection until it happens, but
yeah,
usually these guys are pretty solid. They know what's going on.
I don't know that On3 knows what's going on.
No?
I don't know that I should have even looked that up at On3. I mean, honestly, they're nuts. Savion Highter. Yeah. Okay. So they've also got him listed as a 5-star. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing, because 247 has him going to Tennessee, and then Michigan as his 2nd, and then Georgia as his 3rd. Ohio State's at 4th. Yeah,
okay.
On3 is absolute garbage. They have no idea
Keegan
what's going on.
Yeah, Antoine agrees with you. On3 is trash.
Yeah.
Was there any other recruiting news? That's what I saw today.
That's what you saw? I think.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all I saw too. Otherwise, it's all like, I don't know, Michigan's in the mix for this, they're in the mix for that,
Oh yeah, Peter says the same thing. Ohio State has kind of dropped out of the Highter race. All right.
Oh, interesting.
I was trying to give him hope.
Yeah. Well, who are they going? Because I don't know. Does it seem like Ohio State recruiting is kind of not what it used to be? I mean, but it's funny because like they have good backs, but you never, because I don't care about Ohio State football as much as my shirt says otherwise. I don't know that I hear a lot about Ohio State running back recruiting.
Yeah.
That's all I get. Yeah, that's just what I'm thinking.
All right. Antoine agrees between Tennessee and Michigan.
Yeah.
Keegan says Highter is visiting UT this weekend. Wait a minute. Is it this weekend? I thought I just saw that he's got an official visit to Michigan this weekend.
I thought he already had his official visit to Michigan.
For an official visit. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe it was last weekend then. Or last week. Okay. Yeah, because the article I got here says Michigan football is hosting 5-star running back Savion Highter for an official visit. Oh,
wait, say that again?
Say what? It just says they're hosting him for an official visit.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Oh, where did that go?
Nebraska. Dave Portnoy says that Nebraska is embarrassing the whole Big Ten with the teams that they're scheduling. That's funny. Yeah. Why is Nebraska in the Big Ten?
Well, they were good at one point. They were actually really good until they joined the Big Ten. Kind of like what happened to Penn State. They were really good until they joined the Big Ten. Of course, they're getting better now.
I mean, but like that's the thing. Is like they all said that Nebraska was going to come to the Big Ten and roll, and they didn't. They suck.
Right. Well, they said that same thing about Penn State back in what was it, 92 or 94 when Penn State joined. It was like, oh, Penn State's going to come in and run the conference, and it just never happened.
But why would they think Penn State is going to come to the Big Ten and roll? Like, no.
Because back in the 80s, Penn State was a much better team.
Oh, were they?
Paterno
yeah, but weren't they in the Big East or the ACC? I can't remember which, but they were in like a lesser conference. So,
right, and they were dominating that conference.
Well, yeah, but it was a sucky conference.
Well, sure, but still, Paterno is one of the winningest coaches of all time. So,
all right,
but he also had 40 years to do it. So,
well, But I think that's actually kind of proving my point.
Yeah. Oh, independent. Tom says they're independent.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
Or they were independent before they joined the Big Ten. Yeah. Ohio State recruiting will always suffer. This is from Antoine. Ohio State recruiting will always suffer because they don't know how to build. They built with the flashy pieces before they get the substance pieces, i.e., they don't get trench pieces first.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that
they
true?
completely they so okay, yeah, they tend to build with flashy pieces. Yeah, because they bring in wide receivers, they bring in good quarterbacks and all that. They've got great and they've got good players on defense too, mostly in the secondary.
Yeah.
They just completely forget about the lines. And that's not I'm not trying to hate or anything. It's just their trenches, they can call a good game plan that will still take advantage of what they can do in the trenches until they come up against a team like Michigan that forces you to play in the trenches. And if you're forced to play in the trenches, then you have to have good trench players. And right now, they don't have as good a trench player as Michigan.
All right.
All right.
Peter says Penn State was independent. They did go undefeated in 94, their second year in the Big Ten, but yeah. Yeah, Penn State's a great team. They didn't come in and like totally dominate year after year after year. Yeah, Peter says football is still a game won in the trenches, period. Yeah. I mean, it has to be. You got 22 guys out there doing nothing but trying to pound each other into the turf.
Yeah. I'm trying to find
right.
if there's any more recruiting news. I don't think.
All right. Did you talk about the anonymous coach thing yet? Before I get on?
No. Let's
right.
let's talk about that, and then it's already 9:30.
All right. Well, let's hit this one real quick, and then we can wrap it up there. But okay, so the anonymous coaches thing that comes from Athlon does this every year, where they talk to coaches with the with anonymity, and they can say whatever they want about other teams. And what we have is, so we don't know who it is, obviously, but they were discussing Michigan football ahead of the 2025 season, highlighting the challenges and changes under Coach Sherrone Moore. Despite a tough 24 season with 5 regular season losses, still the best 8-5 season ever. But let's not do that again. The team has added 17 transfers, the most in program history, which I thought was really cool. Now we've got Bryce Underwood projected to start at quarterback. So here's the quote. Here's the quote from whoever this was. It says, yeah, Michigan was still mostly a tough out, and this year's no different. It says, look, last year was kind of a weird season for them. Sherrone Moore was thrown into the fire. That was a tough spot. Now there's the self-imposed suspension, but honestly, he did a pretty solid job. All things considered, they were a little beat up. Depth was tested. Which I think we can agree on that, because obviously Michigan had no offense last year until Northwestern, Davis Warren taking over there. Not the greatest offense, but obviously they won the important games. So with that in mind, okay, so they also included in that article that Michigan's offseason additions, the Wolverines added 17 transfers, including Bryce Underwood. The Justice Haynes has been added, with being compared to Blake Corum. And now they're saying that Michigan's defense could be a standout unit with Jair Hill. I mean, if the defense is even better than it was last year, and the offense is marginally better, what are we looking at? And actually adding on to that, this other coach saying that Sherrone Moore actually did a great job, even with all of those things against him.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at then with Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, Michigan came into their stride at the end of the season. We just didn't really have. I mean, I love me some Davis Warren. I really do. I love Alex Orji. I think that a lot of the offensive issues were because of Kurt Campbell, and I say that with all the respect to Kurt Campbell, because obviously, you know, Michigan won the national championship with him as the quarterback's coach. They probably don't want your Michigan juices on their shirt. That's absolutely true. I got Michigan cooties. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I think a lot of the problem was Kurt Campbell. I think Sherrone Moore, I think he made the right decision in dismissing Kurt Campbell, unfortunately. And that sucks because, I mean, just sometimes things, they don't work out with coaches. That's fine. I mean, he's still a good coach. He still knows what he's doing. It just wasn't a good fit, or maybe he was just in over his head or something like that. I think coming into this season, Chip Lindsey it's an interesting concept. It's not like he'll never run again. I think Michigan will probably be a little bit more closer to 50-50 run pass than they were last year and the year before, or basically any time under Jim Harbaugh. And to do that, you need a solid quarterback, and they feel like they can trust Bryce Underwood with that kind of responsibility. And I mean, Bryce Underwood is a dual threat quarterback too. He can throw, he can run. What I'm hearing is that from the quarterback practices, I believe Isaiah Hole talked about this. You throw the ball 20 yards, you throw the ball 40 yards, you throw the ball 50 plus yards. They've got like 3 different drills that they do. And other quarterbacks were hitting like 2 of 5 kind of stuff. Apparently Bryce Underwood hit all 5. And basically, so like 5 passes of those yards, of those distances, he hit all 5. So he's playing well. I mean, all indications out of practice right now are that he's playing very well. So the offense is going to be a lot better. He's connecting with the wide receivers. I think that's kind of the X factor right now, is how are the wide receivers going to play coming into this season? And he's trying his best to connect with them. I think we're pretty good with running backs. Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall are going to be really good. The offensive line, I think, is going to be a lot better than last year, although there's one or two questions there. I think specifically at right tackle, if I'm not mistaken. But I think the biggest question for Michigan is the wide receivers. That being said, Michigan's schedule is not bad this year, in a couple months.
Yeah.
I mean, you start off with New Mexico. They'll probably win that on defense alone. Then you go to Oklahoma. And I get it. It's Oklahoma, SEC, night game. A lot of people are saying, like, watch out for Oklahoma. I don't really get it. And maybe I'm just missing something. But like Oklahoma under Brent Venables has been kind of all over the place.
Oklahoma, I think, is you fall into that same category of those, Great Plains State teams like Nebraska and they're big. Even if they're not playing well, they're huge, and it's like trying to run around elephants.
But the thing is they might be bigger, and I don't think that they are, than Michigan this year anyway. But they just haven't done anything with the talent that they have. And I don't know if that's a Brent Venables problem. At this point, I think it might be a Brent Venables problem because he's been there a while now. He's their head coach. But so look at last season. It's their first season in the SEC. They beat Temple 51-3 to start the season. All right, fine. Houston, they win 16-12. Houston's not a pushover per se, but this feels a little too close. Tulane 34-19, not a great defensive performance, but okay, sure. And then Tennessee, this is kind of interesting. They lose to Tennessee, but they keep it within 10. And you could look at that and you could say, that's actually a good loss because Tennessee was ranked 6 at the time. So it's nothing to hold your nose at. But then you remember, Tennessee got blown out by Ohio State in the playoffs. And right. I get it. It was at Ohio State, but that game was not close. That game was over before the half.
Right.
And then they just barely beat Auburn. They get blown out by Texas. They get blown out by South Carolina. They lose by 2 scores to Ole Miss. They beat Maine. Why are they playing Maine 3/4 of the way through the season? Then they lose to Missouri, and then they beat Alabama. So I guess the Alabama win is a good win, I think, even though Alabama ended up losing to 6-5 Michigan, 7-5 Michigan.
Right.
But then they get blown out by LSU, and then they lose to Navy. So they finished the season 6-7. I'm not seeing it. I don't get it. I haven't heard anything about Oklahoma this offseason that's made me think like, oh man, going to Oklahoma for this improved Michigan team is going to be a problem. I mean, you have to, you got to play offense. I mean, Michigan's got to play much better offense to beat them for sure. I'm not saying that it's a guaranteed win. I'm just saying that it's definitely not a guaranteed loss. In fact, I think it might be a probable win for Michigan. And frankly, if they can go to Oklahoma and beat Oklahoma on the road in a night game, because night games on the road are always tough, then they're walking into the Ohio State game undefeated. And at that point, I think that they beat Ohio State, they go 12-0, and then they win the Big Ten.
That would be pretty awesome.
I mean, why not?
Sometimes I don't say that, but yeah, you're right. I mean, people are talking about how if Michigan can't go 10-2 this year, then it's a massive lost opportunity because the schedule is so favorable for them.
Yeah.
They have fewer home games, I think, but maybe the strength of schedule is not as strong as it was even last year.
Yeah, I think that the only question mark is USC and Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there's a question mark with Oklahoma, but for right now, I'm saying that's a probable Michigan win. At USC, it really depends with USC because they're in a quarterback situation themselves too. And they're kind of rebuilding a little bit of their offense right now too. And then It just depends on can they sustain any of the success that they found with their defense last year? Because their defense under D'Anton Lynn is far improved than what they had before them with Alex Grinch. So I think it was Alex Grinch. But anyway, so USC is a question mark, but they've got question marks on their team. And then Ohio State, Ryan Day has a Michigan problem.
Right.
So Michigan should or could very well go to the Big Ten championship game. The question then is, are they playing Penn State or are they playing Oregon? And if it's Oregon, yikes. If it's Penn State, okay. All right.
Yeah, let's look at Mark Williams. I'm going to hit yours in a minute here. First, I want to tackle these here. I think Michigan will, this is from Antoine again. I think Michigan will run the RPO system like I wanted them to with Orji, but we had an incompetent offensive coordinator. Yeah. I don't know what was going on with Kurt Campbell, but he was not picking up the slack from Sherrone Moore stepping away from the OC position.
Yeah.
Campbell could have made an easy read RPO system for Orji instead of running some bland student body left and right. That was so obvious. Yeah. Rock. Peter, OU has totally switched identities. Used to be all offense and no defense. Now the total opposite. Is that, you agree with that?
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
So Antoine says, Oklahoma, you still got a little bit of offensive juice. They're still trying to run Lincoln Riley's system somewhat. All right. Another duplicate one. Okay, there must be something wrong with YouTube then.
Yep. That makes sense.
So Peter says they're trying Antoine, but it ain't working well. Yeah, apparently. So what was last season? They were 6-7. Is that what I'm reading there?
Say it again.
Last year, Oklahoma was 6-7.
6-7, yeah.
And then in 2023, they were 10-3. So yeah, they're having their ups and downs right now.
Yeah.
But let's close it out here with Mark's question, since we're at 9:45. What's your guys' take, Mark Williams? I don't know. It's just like you were saying earlier. Mark Williams, I think you're new to the channel, so it's nice to have you here, or at least you are around recently. What's your guys' take on the Vandy QB talking trash about Big Ten competition and the SEC being a superior conference to the Big Ten? Mac?
That guy's full of crap, dude. He's just full of crap. You play for Vanderbilt, man. Do something. Or shut up.
Was it last year that Vandy surprised? Was it Alabama?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah,
They beat Alabama last
they
year.
beat
Yeah.
Alabama at Vanderbilt, and that was awesome.
Yep.
But then they lost to Georgia Southern.
Right.
Like, shut up, dude. And I mean, frankly, too, he doesn't play in the Big Ten, so how would he know?
Right.
And also, also, your best SEC teams got destroyed by some mid-tier Big Ten teams and then Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Well, yeah, and like what Antoine's saying here, the Big Ten has the last 2 national championships, which, yeah, and then not only, does Ohio State win last year and then Michigan wins the year before that, but even before that, I mean, Ohio State's been in contention for that national championship every year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't make any sense anymore to say that the SEC is superior to the Big Ten, especially now with NIL, because that's going to level things out drastically.
It already has. It already has leveled things out. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things that NIL has kind of revealed about college football is that it's pretty clear at this point that the SEC has been paying players before NIL was legal.
Yeah. Ultimately still trying to shake the old Big 12 style defense off.
And adjust to the
ultimately
SEC.
Still trying to shake to old Big 12 defense off and adjust to the SEC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude beats Bama one time and gets all yappy.
Yeah. Okay. So,
and since IL has come and you're not the only one paying, it's definitely changing. That's what the SEC wants.
It wants a cap. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Because their alumni base doesn't have any money.
Right.
Big Ten does. Big Ten's got a lot of money. They do. Freaking this guy. Like, it. You know what? I'll give him this, though. They almost knocked off Texas, too.
Yeah.
I'll give them that much. I mean, they almost knocked off Texas.
Mark here isn't necessarily saying he agrees with the guy. He just wants to know what.
No. I know. I'm not upset with Mark. I'm upset with that quarterback. That quarterback's dumb.
Oh, okay.
He should say nothing. Also, before we go, I have to cut up this shirt.
Yep. Blue Wolverine wants you to do it.
All right. We're doing this.
Hold on one second here. Wait. So Mark says, beyond Alabama and Georgia, no SEC team has been impressively consistent. Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, Penn State, all top tier. SEC mid-tier is overrated when you really look at it. Yeah, I think so. All right. Let's do it. I didn't realize this was going to happen.
Yeah, this is happening. Give me just like 2 seconds.
So I think you got all the super chats while I was in transition. So
I think so, yeah.
Recap what happened there.
Wait, what?
Just so what happened? You asked for super chats and then you would cut up the shirt?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I said if I get $50 in super chats, I'll cut up the shirt on because otherwise I was saying that we were gonna kind of auction it off. And whoever wanted the shirt, put in a super chat and then you'll get the shirt. But then freaking Blue Wolverine is just like, okay, I'll drop $50. Boom. And he did
and he
what
did
a
right there.
Freaking badass, dude. Like, thank you. That is amazing.
Blue Wolverine.
Then I just tagged Garrison, and I want to make sure Blue Wolverine gets a chance to see it. I don't know if he's still out there, but I tagged them both on Twitter to let them know that I am cutting up the shirt now. So here we go.
All right. You gotta sing the victors.
Well, I gotta like go off camera for a second so that I can grab my other shirt.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Okay. So while Mac shuts off his camera, I will continue to talk about it was just crazy last week. And I know most of you guys saw it happen last week, but we did the whole OH thing, or no, it was Studley gave us the super chat of I think it was like $4.99 or $2.99 and said OH, and he wanted us to say the IO. And I said, I'm not going to do that unless you, you give me a $99 super chat and I will give you, I will give you the OHIO. And then he did it. And we're like freaking out. And at the same time, Mac was saying, yeah, if you do the $99 super chat, I'll put on an Ohio State shirt. And so we had to do it. We were not planning on cutting it up though. That was our whole thing was we were going to sell it or not sell it, but maybe do a giveaway of some sort and maintain the shirt. But
hey,
here we are.
Quick.
What?
$200 and I'll do it shirtless.
So now we're just going crazy offering up these things. You give us $1,000 and we'll do the show from our driveway. Because people are walking by. We got the drum roll from Tom.
Drum roll from Tom. All right, hang on. I don't know.
Peter says, "Hide your eyes. That Michigan pale white skin hasn't faded yet." Yeah, it never fades, man. It just doesn't.
I don't tan. I burn.
Exactly. We're a fair skinned family. Mac there is a ginger, so he's even fairer. How you doing over there?
I'm coming. Sorry, I'm wearing.
How long does it take you to change a shirt?
I'm wearing a button down. It's hard to get the buttons going, Jeez. All right, Blue Wolverine and Antoine, this is for you. Studley, if you're out there watching this, not live, well, you missed out because this was kind of fun. Also, I hate to say it, this shirt's actually what?
No, that doesn't work either. Okay, I'll just go back to the way it was. There we go.
Okay. This shirt's actually it's kind of comfortable. I got to get a Michigan version of this. This brand's really comfy. Yeah, it's all right. Blue 84 actually. So here we go.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to put Blue Wolverines down there because you can't see everything. And then take this off. And here we go.
Here we go. We're ready?
Dun 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 dun. Oh, wait a minute. Don't I have which one was this?
Come on.
Nope.
Oh, that was fun. Oh, yeah. Valiant hail to the conquering heroes. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders. Wait, no. Champions. Yeah, hail to the victors. Valiant hail to the conquering heroes. Hail, hail to Michigan, the champions of the West. Go Blue! Suck it, Ohio!
I didn't record the whole thing. Oh, we need another one? Okay, go. He's still going.
All right, I think we're good.
We got it.
Boom.
Oh, my goodness.
This thing's in shambles. It's shredded. It's gone. It's dead. Good riddance.
Peter says, this is imagery of my soul watching last year's OSU UM game.
Yeah. I almost did a wellness check for you, Peter.
Oh, man. All right.
Somebody send a super chat for $50. I'll give you this shard of this shirt.
Man, it's too bad we're not as popular as
the any other YouTube channel.
No, the three Australian guys. How ridiculous! It's too bad we're not as
popular.
It's too bad we're not as popular as the How Ridiculous guys because we could sell each piece of that shirt for like $50. Oh, we're on your neck every show.
Every show. What?
I don't know. If there's anything left to do. Or
this?
Oh, there it is. There you go. You can be all preppy.
I was doing an English accent earlier. I feel like this is kind of goes along with it. Right.
All right. Okay, everybody. I appreciate you putting up with all of the challenges we've had tonight. Although, Mac, you did a fantastic job running solo. That was great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was going to
fantastic.
say, putting up with us. Jeez, dude. You weren't on the stream for half the show.
I know. So, okay, Mac did a great job. Appreciate everybody out there. Appreciate Blue Wolverine and Antoine. And did somebody else give a super chat?
Looking. Blue Wolverine, Antoine. I think Blue Wolverine did like three.
Yeah.
3? Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dude, Blue Wolverine, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. So that's going to do it for us tonight. We will be back next Wednesday, barring brownouts and blackouts and all that kind of fun stuff. Until then, enjoy watching Michigan kill it on the recruiting line, on the recruiting trail. And I think that's about all we've got. We've got
Yes.
what were we going to? The shoot! Forgot to mention the college football movie playoff.
Oh crap! Well, that's all right.
That's all right. Maybe we'll start that in earnest next week. But while that happens, so next week, be ready to put up your favorite football movies, and we're going to have a playoff tournament style of college football or football movies. Period. So I think that's all I'm going to say because I think it's time to go. I'm already tired.
It's bedtime.
It's bedtime. Mac, anything you want to add?
That shirt was terrible, and I'm itchy now. I have a rash.
You have a rash. All right.
Because of the shirt.
Well, then I think that's going to do it for us. Mac, take us out.
This is the Let's Cut Up an Ohio State Shirt show on the Big Ten Team Rivalry YouTube channel. Good night.
Good night. Go Blue.
Good job by J.J. McCarthy. Take the handoff. And Alec Manning is going to throw a pick. They give it to Corum. Up back. Corum. Touchdown, Wolverines. Ruben Wilson does it again. Boy, bunch of daylight. He's got some speed and some blocker. Outside. Turns the corner. Blake Corum down the sideline. Looking over the middle.